What if I were to tell you that there was a gas station next to Launch Complex 37? Learn more about this on the next Vintage Space. Hi, I'm Chad from Vintage Space, and today we're going to be talking about the Astronaut Beach House. In 1961, it was decided that the NASA agency would build a new launch center on Florida's Merritt Island. This beach house was constructed in 1962 as part of a grand scheme of housing to help build the Kennedy Space Center. And this small area was actually a subdivision called the Neptune Beach. And 1963, NASA bought this specific property and left everything else demolished, including a gas station and a local eatery. So NASA actually bought this house for $31,500. Not much is known about this house as far as room count and how many living rooms and kitchen this thing had, but it was a bungalow cottage located on the shores of Cape Canaveral. An interesting thing about this Astronaut Beach House is it was a sacred ground for astronauts to stay the night before a huge launch. Some other interesting facts about the Astronaut Beach House was that it had a built-in winery, it had a barbecue pit, and it was 2 stories. Now you're probably asking me, so what's so great about an Astronaut Beach House out in the middle of the swamp with no life around them other than just a few nearby launch pads? Well, it turns out that astronauts do kind of need their me time. That includes rejuvenation from their training. This house also provides great rehabilitation. And of course, when they can invite their friends and family over, that helps with their psychology a little bit better. And to keep the astronauts from getting too bored at this house, they do long walks at the beach. They have a pre-launch barbecue tradition where they, of course, use the barbecue pit and invite their friends and family. Also, they have this ritual where they do this wine bottle signing. I'll show a picture right here of one of their bottles. Although this house hasn't really physically changed much over the years, it has actually had some changes made over the years. The overall shape of the house never changed, but in 2010, there was a major refurbishment and remodel. But then in 2016, Hurricane Matthew kind of made its way to the shore and said, hey, what's up? Do you need a facelift? And they had to do some more renovations as well after that. So if you guys are actually thinking about visiting this Astronaut's Beach House, I do got a little bit of some bad news for you. It is not open to the public. It is, of course, open by invite to astronauts. But even astronauts have trouble getting into this beach house. They have to actually ask administration for the keys to the beach house. And they can't just show up because there has been issues in the past where astronauts or high-ranking officials have showed up to the house unannounced, and that has invited the SWAT team. So it is a really clamped down location. So if you guys are thinking about driving up to Cape Canaveral to take a little bit visit, you may want to just kind of stay back. In case you're wondering, well, I kind of still want to know where this beach house is located in reference to all the launch pads. I'm going to point to a map right up here. Basically, it's in between launch complexes 40 and 41. And so they got really good launch views from there. Also, they can actually have a decent view of launch complex 37 as well. And last but not least, great views of the beach. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe. And we got more foam here. For each subscriber, a new piece of foam gets mounted on the wall. And as you can see, there has been some changes since my recent videos. We're definitely making our way over this direction here. We're getting rid of this old foam here. So we've got this nice fresh foam here for you guys. And I will see you guys out on the launch pad.